What's up, and welcome back to Rumor Has It Official. Let's get straight into talking all about 90 Day Fiance, Happily Ever After. This is season 6, episode 13. And in today's video, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to smash the couples up. So we'll be talking all about Mike and Natalie and Kalani and Oswalos in today's video. Before we get started, give this video a big thumbs up, share, subscribe, plus hit that bell so you will be notified on future uploads coming out this week. I do have my handy dandy phone here. I will be reading from my notes. That's just how I get down, how I roll over here. I'm reading from my notes so that way I can stay on topic and get all these points out that I want to discuss in regards to these two couples. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. So Natalie and Mike have been arguing a lot, okay? They always argue. That is nothing new. Natalie says due to the conflict, she decided to go to Seattle to see Julia. Now adding that she needs an emotional connection, and Julia gives her that. Now, is it just me, or is anyone else picking up on Natalie and Julia? Or is her name Juliana? I think it's Juliana. Yes, Juliana. Now, the reason I say that is because she says she needs an emotional connection. Okay, why don't you seek that out from your husband? So you're getting an emotional connection from your friend who has a husband in her own family. Okay, I don't know. Comment down below your thoughts. Is it just me, or do you think that something is going on possibly between Natalie and Juliana? Now, Natalie says that she feels as though Mike tries to find ways to manipulate her and talks down to her. She adds that the language barrier makes it hard for him to understand her and feels as though he tries to make it seem like she's making a lot of things up in her head. Based off of the information Natalie is giving Juliana, Juliana ends up calling Mike a mama's boy and says that he needs to let go of the boob already. Now, in the next scene, they show us Mike and Natalie during their confessional, which it should have been a confessional where they chime in a little bit and they go back to their scene. This whole episode was really based off of them going at it during their confessional. When the producer poses the question on if Mike thinks that his mother called Natalie a hooker, Mike says that he's not addressing that anymore. Things go from 0 to 100 real quick between these two. Mike gets up and instead of sitting down with his wife, he's on the side of production, talking on where the cameras and everything are. He can't sit still on the couch and have this dialogue with his wife. He tells Natalie to call his mom and gives her the opportunity to go ahead and put this whole hooker situation to rest. Natalie instantly says that she doesn't have a phone. Okay, here's why I no longer believe Natalie and this whole Mike's mom called me a hooker situation, because she has the opportunity to prove that Mike's mother, in fact, called her that. She says she called her that. Okay, so you have this opportunity to prove it, but instead, when she gets Mike's mom on the phone, she starts the conversation off by saying, "What is your impression of me? What did I do to make you feel that way?" That's not why you're supposed to be calling. You're calling because you want to confront the situation and prove that this woman really did call you a hooker. So I'm going to tell you now, I don't believe anything that Natalie says. I mean, I feel like I've been trying to be very neutral when it comes to these two, but now I just don't believe anything that she says. To me, what she should have said was, Trish, why did you call me a hooker? Because that was the reason for her to be calling his mother. She keeps bringing up the fact that something was said, but when given the opportunity, she dances around the question. Trish tells Natalie that she doesn't treat her son kindly. She's mean to her son. This is why she has an issue with her. Now, Mike ends up outing Natalie about leaving him on Christmas to go and be with Juliana and her family for the holidays. Adding all the gifts that he gave her, she gave them to Juliana's family on Christmas as Christmas gifts from her. Now, that's pretty shady. I'd never do that. Somebody gifted me gifts. I would never take those gifts and give them to someone else. It's really messed up. So I just felt like it was mad shady and disrespectful. Trish tells Natalie that she doesn't believe for 1 second that Natalie loves her son. And I would have to agree. I really don't think that Natalie truly does love Mike. I think this episode, Mike was just tired of it all and let out all his frustrations with Natalie. she really couldn't say anything because she knows that she hasn't been right towards him. Now, at this point, I don't even know why these two keep trying, honestly. I just don't know what keeps them going, because I think, like, in a little preview or sneak peek of the next episode, Mike's like, he's willing to keep trying. And it's like, wow. I mean, I don't know. I think if you're both willing to try, I think the next step would definitely be counseling. Now, Natalie reveals that she has her own room at Juliana's, which pretty much proves Mike's point when he says she hasn't been around, she hasn't been there, she doesn't really talk to him. He even shared something along the lines of them having a night of intimacy. In 10 minutes, she was out the door over to Juliana's. It's really weird. And like I said, in a sneak peek of the next episode coming up, Juliana's telling her that she doesn't have to leave. And I'm like, where's Juliana's husband? She has a husband and a family. Like, where are they at? Because it seems like her and Natalie have really become tight like this. Where is Juliana's husband? Because Natalie is a whole married woman. She should be at her house working out her marital issues. Like I said, I feel like Natalie in this episode, because she couldn't explain or she didn't address certain things that she's been claiming that has happened, I just really don't believe anything that she says. But I'm very curious to know your point of view and your thoughts on Mike and Natalie from this episode. Now let's move right along to Kalani and Oswalos. So Oswalos goes to pick up his mom and sister since they have arrived from Salt Lake for the holidays. Oswalos says that his relationship with his sister hasn't been that great since after, she showed her tail at the tell-all, basically. And he says that he has a strong feeling that Tammy won't be on her best behavior and that things won't go well. I think that Tammy's only reason for coming is definitely to just regulate and make sure that Oswalos gives their mother money. That's her only reason for being there, because the mom doesn't even come out and say it out her own mouth. She's more or less, she probably wants to. She's dancing around it. And I think Tammy knows that. So she's like, if you won't say it, I'll say it. He's not there for 5 seconds, visiting before Tammy starts to pry about his work situation. And I feel like Oswalos needs to be smart and be very selective and careful about the information that he divulges, the information that he gives to his mom and sister, knowing that they're going to want money, ask for money. So he just needs to be very careful. He tells them that he does rideshare and makes good money. So next Tammy says, you make a lot of money, so when are you going to be able to give mom some money? Oswalos responds that he's not the only child. Now, his mother says something like, just make sure that your wife is nice. And it's like, I don't think that Kalani has never been disrespectful or rude to them. I think that her reactions and how she's treated them has been only a reflection of how they've treated her. So like, if you're disrespectful to me, what do you expect me to do? Be kissing your butt, kissing your feet? Like, no. So I really feel like Kalani hasn't really done anything wrong. You all can comment down below your thoughts and tell me what you think about that. But like I said, whatever energy that Oswalos' mother has received from Kalani is because of how they've conducted themselves. Now, Tammy says that if Kalani's family disrespects her and her mom, then she will be on her bad behavior. When Oswalos went there, he went there to see if they would be on their best behavior and, try to make this a positive visit for the holidays. But I think that you kind of you just got to know when something is not going to work out. And I feel like it's okay, since the mom did apologize, she would be able to come, but Tammy, she would not be able to come. Because why are you coming? You do not care for his significant other and her family. You threatened to beat all these people up. So why are you coming? His mom would be safe with Oswalos, okay? So everything, I think, honestly would have gone cordial and been a nice visit had they not allowed Tammy to come. And I think they could have put their foot down in that regards, because at this point, Oswalos not even on really good terms with his sister. So definitely, I do believe that they could have told her, you can't come, because I can't trust that you are going to be cordial and be respectful in somebody's house. Because obviously, if someone, knowing the past history that you have with someone, and if someone is like, okay, I know what we went through in the past, but I'm still going to allow you to step into my home, my domain. If I'm still allowing you to step into my space, that means I'm willing to be cordial. But Tammy already has this air about her, and a lot of it I feel like is just a whole bunch of talk. I don't really feel like she's about it and she's really going to do anything, as much as she likes to threaten that. But, you know, like I said, they could have all met up at a nice restaurant, had a nice holiday dinner, seen his mama for a few hours and gone on their way. Or he could have set a boundary and said, you know, Tammy, I'm sorry, just based off of how you conducted yourself, you're not allowed in my home. But Mom, I can pick her up. She's more than welcome to come over for the holidays, because she is the one that's going bad to Samo. So I'm curious to know your thoughts on this whole situation. In this video, we talked all about Kalani and Oswalos, and we talked about Mike and Natalie. Comment down below your thoughts. Give this video a big thumbs up, share, subscribe, plus hit that bell so you will be notified on future uploads. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace.